If you ever find yourself in a forest and you see these cute little creatures staring at you, run, don't look back, trust me, don't ask any questions. Because that right there is a honey badger. Or let me put it this way, if animals were rappers, a honey badger would be King Von with Woozie's haircut. Like, this thing weighs less than 15 kgs. That's basically the size of a toddler, and that's exactly why it's so terrifying. It looks like something you could pick up and take home as a pet. Big mistake. Because underneath that cute little face, it's a creature built entirely of bad decisions and violence. They have razor-sharp claws, powerful jaws, they have a similar bite force with a bear, a bite strong enough to crack open a tortoise shell, and they have zero survival instincts. They pick fights with animals that are 5 times their size. Lions, they fight them. Buffaloes, bring them on. Hyenas, fuck it. And sometimes they don't even have a good reason for it. They would literally steal the lion's food, and when the lions try to get back in blood, they fight them. Yo, that's a bully right there. That's a bully. I know a bully when I see one. But it gets even worse. These things have actual superpowers. Their skin is ridiculously thick. Nothing penetrates. Not teeth, not claws, machetes. You might need a bazooka to win this one. And if that wasn't enough, they are also resistant to venom. That means while humans are terrified of cobras and black mambas, honey badgers look at them as dinner or lunch, maybe. A black mamba sees a honey badger and realizes it's in danger.
That's wow.
And quitting is not in their DNA. Honey badgers bite beehives with bees in them. They get stung like 100 times and they just keep eating. Bro, that is not bravery. There is something wrong with these boys. And they don't even fight fair. They pull out illegal moves during fights. When they're facing larger animals, they aim for the private parts just to weaken them with pain. All they care about is winning. No honor, no mercy, just winning. Bro, where's the ref? They have survived so many fights that some predators just leave them alone. Because you can't intimidate something that has no fear. Lions see honey badgers and they just let them be. And then we have the werewolf mouse. Yes, that's a real animal. And the reason for that name is because it actually howls like a wolf. That's already a suspicious behavior coming from something that is supposed to be a mouse. Mice spend their whole life running from danger, but not this one. These little psychopaths live in an alternate universe because instead of being hunted, they are doing the hunting. They hunt scorpions, they hunt snakes. In what world mice hunt snakes? They hunt large centipedes. They even hunt other mice. Like, imagine being a mouse and your biggest fear is another mouse. Yo, that's human behavior. And when they win a battle, they stand over the dead body and howl like a wolf. They basically hit a victory emote, and I'm not gonna lie, that's kinda dope. But just like honey badgers, these mice also have superpowers. That's even way cooler. Their bodies turn venom into painkillers. A scorpion stings them, and instead of screaming in pain, their body's just like, thanks bro. And at this point, I am pretty convinced that they were made in a lab. Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure some scientist somewhere just woke up and say, yo, let's make winter soldiers but mice. Because nothing about this animal makes any sense. Regular mouse traps don't work with them. I mean, you wanna catch a werewolf mouse? Something called a werewolf mouse with a mouse trap? Nah, you gotta have to negotiate with them. And if they don't agree, you gotta have to move to another house. Cause going to war with them is not a good idea. Do you remember that Tom and Jerry episode where Jerry was like on steroids and he was bullying Tom this time? That's how I imagine the werewolf mouse. And then we have the Tasmanian Devil, YN number 3. First of all, that has to be the coldest name in the entire animal universe. Tasmanian Devil. It sounds like a villain's bodyguard's name, the one who doesn't speak. If somebody introduced himself as the Tasmanian Devil, I would immediately check my pockets if I have everything. And what's crazy is they actually earned this name. Tasmanian is from where they're from, Tasmanian Islands in Australia, and the devil comes from the cursed sounds they make. I have never been to hell, but I'm pretty sure this is how it sounds like. The Tasmanian Devils are well known to have serious anger issues. They get mad so easily, and you can tell when they're angry because their ears turn red and the part of their skins that is visible turns red. That's nature's version of pulling your pants up before a fight. And if this name sounds a little bit familiar, it's because they inspired a cartoon character in the Looney Tunes called Taz. You know, the one that is always mad and spin like a tornado, destroying everything in sight. And it turns out that wasn't even an exaggeration, because even the real animals do do that when they are frustrated. They just spin around angrily. But here's where things get ridiculous. Tasmanian devils have one of the strongest bite force relative to their body size. These guys don't just eat meat, they eat bones, they chew through things other animals leave behind. They basically leave nothing on the scene. No evidence, nothing gets wasted, and their menu is insane. Snakes, mice, rodents, rabbits, birds. As long as it moves, they just eat it. And if it doesn't move, they will try to eat it. Animals hunt when they are hungry, but the Tasmanian devil hunts when it's angry and needs something to take it out on. Like, every meal to them is very personal. Every meal is personal. They are loud, aggressive, and always looking for trouble, which is probably why nobody really messes with them. Subscribe.